If you're passionate about coins, collectibles, and treasure hunting, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because today's video could literally change your life. History of the Lincoln penny, in bold. First, let's dive deep into a little history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been a cornerstone of American currency for over a century. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it was the first regular-issue American coin to feature a real person's face. Before that, U.S. coins only had images of Lady Liberty. President Theodore Roosevelt himself initiated the idea. He thought American coins were dull and needed a makeover, something noble, something inspirational. And who better to represent freedom, unity, and perseverance than Abraham Lincoln? The design was initially crafted by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, famously caused a little controversy, but today they're a badge of honor for collectors. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny underwent a few changes, from wheat ears on the back, to the Lincoln Memorial, and finally, the Union Shield in 2010 of old pennies, slowly transitioning to 2015 pennies. Fast forward to 2015, and here's where things get really interesting. In 2015, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln Shield pennies. But just like hidden treasures scattered across a vast desert, a few rare errors, unique varieties, and mysteriously lucky strikes were made, and those few coins are now worth a fortune. One such 2015 Lincoln penny recently made headlines for selling for an astounding $6.1 million at a private auction. That's right, a single coin worth more than a luxury mansion, more than most Lamborghinis combined, more than winning the lottery for some people. Why is the 2015 penny so valuable? So, what makes these 2015 pennies so valuable? It's a mix of ultra-rare errors, historical significance, condition, and collector demand. First, let's talk about minting errors. Certain 2015 pennies were struck off-center, or featured double die errors, meaning the design appears slightly doubled when closely examined. Some were even made on the wrong metal planchet, using leftover blanks intended for foreign coins. These mint mistakes are like hidden golden tickets, making the coins incredibly rare. Second, it's about condition. If your 2015 penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, no scratches, no discoloration, perfect mint luster, it can fetch thousands to millions of dollars, especially if it's been graded highly by companies like PCGS or NGC. And third, the demand. Coin collectors worldwide are obsessed with Lincoln pennies. They've been collecting them for generations, filling albums, completing sets, and now they're willing to pay massive amounts for rare pieces to complete their ultimate collections. Combine those factors, and you've got a perfect storm, and that's why a simple penny from 2015 skyrocketed to an unbelievable $6.1 million in value. How to find one with exciting sound effects? Now the million-dollar question, literally, how can you find a lucky 2015 Lincoln penny? First, check every penny that crosses your hands. Don't overlook even the dullest, most ordinary-looking ones. Look closely under a bright light, or even better, with a magnifying glass. You want to look for off-center strikes where parts of the design are missing or pushed to the side, double dies where letters and numbers look doubled or blurry, and any penny that just looks weird. Strange color, strange feel, strange size. That could be the jackpot. Also, check the coin's weight if you can. A normal 2015 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything heavier or lighter might be a rare error. And if you think you've got a special one, do not clean it. Cleaning coins can ruin their value. Instead, get it authenticated and graded professionally. That's how you can turn a penny into a multi-million-dollar payday. Current market trends. Right now, rare coin values are on fire. More and more collectors are entering the hobby, driving prices higher and higher. Even common error pennies are selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars. And exceptional pieces? They're breaking records at auctions around the world. Some 2015 error pennies have sold for $500, $1,000, even $10,000, and a pristine, one-of-a-kind specimen with all the right factors. That's your $6.1 million dream. And remember, the coin market loves drama. A big sale like the $6.1 million Lincoln cent brings more attention, more money, more competition, which means the next lucky finder could walk away with even more. So keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never underestimate the change in your pocket. It might just be the key to your millionaire dream. Thanks for watching, treasure hunters. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more hidden treasures, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a tip that could change your life. Until next time, happy hunting, and may fortune favor you. Where today we dive deep into the world of coins, history, and hidden treasures hiding right inside your pocket change. Imagine reaching into your wallet, pulling out a simple-looking penny, and finding out it's worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. One lucky Lincoln penny from 2013 could literally make you a millionaire overnight. Today, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about this incredible 2013 1-cent coin, its fascinating history, how much it's actually worth, and why you need to start checking your spare change immediately before it's too late. So buckle up, smash that like button, and let's jump into this mind-blowing story of luck, history, and treasure, the history of the Lincoln cent, ***. First, let's talk about the legendary Lincoln cent itself, because this isn't just any penny we're talking about. The Lincoln penny holds one of the most important places in American numismatic history. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln cent became the very first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Before that, American coins only showcased symbolic figures like Lady Liberty. The man behind the original design was Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB you can still find tucked subtly on early coins. It was created during the presidency of Theodore Roosevelt, who wanted U.S. coins to be more beautiful and historically meaningful. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has seen several design changes, from the original wheat ears on the reverse side to the Lincoln Memorial introduced in 1959, and later to the Union Shield in 2010, which we still see today. Each design tells a different chapter of American pride, perseverance, and legacy. And among all these chapters, 2013 has a hidden story most people don't even realize, a story that could turn your 1 cent into a life-changing fortune. What makes the 2013 penny so special? So what exactly makes the 2013 penny so incredibly valuable? The truth is, while millions of 2013 Lincoln Shield pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction have certain mint errors, special finishes, or rare striking mistakes that skyrocket their value into the stratosphere. These are not just any regular pennies. We're talking about coins with extraordinary features like off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchet errors, and incredible mint state grades. One of the most famous 2013 era pennies features a double die obverse, where the image of Lincoln's portrait or the inscriptions appear slightly doubled when viewed under magnification. These minor mistakes during production make the coin extremely rare and highly desirable among collectors. Other valuable versions include pennies struck on experimental or leftover planchets from different coins, causing dramatic differences in weight, color, and even sound when dropped. But that's not all. Some 2013 pennies have been found with high MS grades by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. An MS 70 grade, meaning a perfect flawless coin under magnification, can command absolutely jaw-dropping prices at auction. True story, penny sold for $986,000. Now here comes the part you've been waiting for. A very specific 2013 Lincoln cent, due to its insanely rare error and near-perfect condition, recently shattered records and sold for an unbelievable $986,000 at a major coin auction. That's right, a single copper-colored penny, almost thrown away as ordinary pocket change, turned one lucky owner into an instant millionaire. Imagine walking around with nearly $1 million sitting quietly in your jeans pocket without even realizing it. That's the wild magic of coin collecting, fortunes hiding in plain sight. Experts believe this specific 2013 penny was struck on a leftover blank meant for a dime or even a foreign coin, giving it a completely different appearance under careful examination. Combine that with a flawless MS 70 grade, and you've got a once-in-a-lifetime find. And here's the best part, there are possibly more of these lucky 2013 pennies still out there, waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. How to find your lucky penny, ***. So, how can you find one of these rare pennies? Start by grabbing every single 2013 penny you come across and examining it closely under a good light or even a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling on the text, date, or Lincoln's face. Pay attention to any pennies that look weirdly thin, thick, off-colored, or unusually shiny. If you spot anything unusual, don't spend it. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. Even a basic error could bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars, but a major error with a high-grade rating could launch you into millionaire territory overnight. Coin roll hunting is another great method. Visit your local bank, grab a box of pennies, and search through them one by one. Many collectors have found rare error coins this way, sometimes even multiple rare finds in a single batch. Current market value and future potential, ***. Right now, a 2013 Lincoln penny in normal circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. But a 2013 Lincoln penny with rare errors, high grades, or strange planchets is fetching anywhere from a few $100s to almost $1 million, depending on its features, and as time passes, these special coins are becoming even more valuable. Rarity plus collector demand equals skyrocketing prices. A 2013 penny valued at $986,000 today could very well be worth over $1.5 million or more in just a few short years. Every day, more coins get lost, damaged, or melted down, making surviving rare ones even rarer. The clock is ticking. Your millionaire penny is waiting, ***. So my friends, the next time you find a 2013 Lincoln penny in your wallet, your car, under your couch, or in your pocket change, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. That ordinary-looking penny could be your golden ticket to millionaire status. Luck favors the prepared. Treasure is real. And sometimes, it's just one lucky penny away. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin collectors from around the world. Where we dive deep into the mysteries of money and the hidden fortunes that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Today, I have something incredibly thrilling for you. Imagine this: you reach into your change jar, pull out an ordinary-looking penny, and boom, you realize it is worth over $786,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, today, we are talking about one specific coin that could make you a millionaire overnight, the incredibly lucky 1989 Lincoln penny. So make sure you watch all the way to the end, because I am going to reveal exactly what to look for, the shocking history behind it, and why some lucky finds have exploded in value beyond anyone's wildest dreams. History of the Lincoln cent ***. Let us start by going way back in time. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this was the first regularly circulating American coin to feature a real person's portrait. Before that, coins mainly had symbols like liberty or eagles, but no actual historical figures. Victor David Brenner, a famous sculptor, designed the Lincoln cent. His initials, VDB, originally appeared prominently on the reverse, but public backlash led to their quick removal, making the earliest versions extremely rare and valuable today. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has seen several changes. From the wheat ears on the back from 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial introduced in 1959, all the way to the shield design in more modern times, each change reflects a piece of American heritage. Fast forward to 1989, this year was a huge transitional period. The United States Mint was adjusting and refining its minting technology. As a result, a few rare errors, variations, and freak one-of-a-kind coins were accidentally created. And that is where our story of the millionaire penny begins. ***, the 1989 penny. What makes it special? ***, at first glance, the 1989 Lincoln penny looks completely ordinary. It has the famous side portrait of Lincoln on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, like all pennies minted after 1982. But here is the thing, in 1989, the mint produced billions of pennies. That means there were a lot of opportunities for mistakes to happen. Certain 1989 pennies show rare mint errors that collectors go absolutely wild for. These mistakes include things like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, transitional errors, and even rare wrong metal strikes. One particularly rare variation includes a 1989 D penny, that is, a penny minted in Denver, that was accidentally struck on a copper planchet meant for earlier years. Instead of the zinc composition, it was pure copper, which should not exist at all in 1989. These kinds of extreme mint errors can easily fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction because they are one of a kind. Another mind-blowing error is the double die. Some 1989 pennies show dramatic doubling, especially on the date, the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "United States of America" on the back. When you see a real double die, it is not subtle, it almost looks like the letters have shadows or are printed twice. These are incredibly sought after and can turn a tiny coin into a life-changing payday. The big money. How a penny became worth $786,000 ****. Now, the million-dollar question: how could a 1989 penny possibly be worth $786,000? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Coins that are not just rare but are in near-perfect mint condition can sell for astronomical amounts at major auctions. Imagine a 1989 penny that is not only a major error but is also graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS-69 or even MS-70, meaning flawless, perfect coins. There are almost no perfect coins from mass circulation, so when one appears, it creates a frenzy. Collectors and investors will bid insane amounts because they know how impossible it is to find such a specimen. There have been reports and auctions where rare error coins from the 1980s and 1990s, including transitional errors, off-metal strikes, and extreme double dies, sold for between $500,000 and nearly $800,000. Combine that with a little bit of collector hype, and boom, you have a $786,000 penny. Clapperboard current market value ** as of today, the coin collecting world is booming. Demand for rare pennies has never been hotter. Even a simple 1989 penny with a minor error can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A confirmed major error 1989 Lincoln cent can easily pull in tens of thousands of dollars. And if you happen to find one of those ultra-rare, high-grade, perfect storm errors, you could be looking at life-changing money. Yes, enough to buy a house, pay off all your debts, and still have a luxury car or two sitting in your driveway. Collectors are constantly scouring eBay, heritage auctions, and other numismatic marketplaces hoping to find that hidden treasure. Dealers are willing to pay top dollar if you have the real deal. Grading services are receiving more and more submissions daily from people just like you who are checking their pocket change. Alright, now let's get practical. If you want to find one of these valuable pennies, here is what you need to do. 1. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and carefully inspect the date. Look for any signs of doubling, especially on the numbers, letters, and mottos. 2. Weigh the coin on a precision scale. A normal 1989 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. If yours weighs closer to 3.1 grams, it could have been struck on a copper planchet. Jackpot. 3. Check the mint mark carefully. Some rare varieties involve weird-looking D or S mint marks or misplaced marks. 4. Look for off-center strikes. If Lincoln's portrait is way off to one side, that is an error and could be valuable. 5. Examine the overall condition. The less wear and tear, the better. Brilliant shiny pennies in mint condition are always worth more. 6. If you think you have a special coin, get it authenticated and graded immediately. A professional grading company will seal it in a tamper-proof case and give it a grade, massively increasing its value. So there you have it. The humble little 1989 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people overlook every day, could actually be a golden ticket to unimaginable wealth. One lucky find could turn your life upside down in the best way possible. Start checking your pockets, dig through your coin jars, check that old box of coins at your grandparents' house. Who knows? You might already be holding a fortune without even realizing it. Hey everyone, where a simple penny could change your life forever. Today, I'm revealing the secret behind the 1982 Lincoln penny. Yes, that old 1-cent coin you might have lying around right now, that could make you richer than you ever dreamed of. One of these rare coins recently sold for a jaw-dropping $456,000, and the best part? It's still out there hiding in circulation. So grab your coin jars, grab your wallets, because you don't want to miss this once-in-a-lifetime treasure hunt. But before we dive into how you can spot one of these lucky pennies, let's rewind a little bit and understand the incredible history behind this seemingly ordinary coin. The story of the 1982 Lincoln penny is packed with mystery, mistakes, and million-dollar miracles. White photos of Abraham Lincoln, old mints, 1909 coins, ***. Our journey begins way back in 1909 when the U.S. Mint first introduced the Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a huge deal. For the first time ever, an actual person, not just a symbol, appeared on an American coin. Sculptor Victor David Brenner designed the famous profile of Lincoln, and ever since, the Lincoln cent has become an iconic symbol of American history and pride. Of a shiny 1982 penny, ***. Fast forward to 1982, a year of big changes at the U.S. Mint. Up until that year, Lincoln pennies were made mostly out of 95% copper, giving them a heavier weight and a distinct ring when dropped. But inflation had driven the price of copper sky high. In fact, the metal inside a penny was worth more than the penny itself. Imagine that. To combat this, the U.S. Mint made a huge decision. In the middle of 1982, they switched the penny's composition to a cheaper material, 97.5% zinc with only a thin layer of copper coating. This made the new pennies lighter by almost half a gram. However, during this transition, multiple types of pennies were produced, some in copper, some in zinc, some large date, some small date, and that is where the magic happens. So, in 1982, there are technically 7 recognized varieties of pennies, but there's one extremely special one that collectors around the world are obsessed with, the 1982 D small date copper penny. It's a legendary mistake coin. It wasn't supposed to exist at all. But somehow, a few managed to escape into circulation. And here's the crazy part, one of these rare error coins sold for a staggering $456,000 at auction. Imagine pulling out a penny from your couch cushions and discovering it's worth almost $500,000, into the $456,000 sale listing, ***. Now you're probably asking, how can I find one? What should I look for? Don't worry, I've got you covered. First, check the date. It must say 1982 and have a small date font. On the small date, the 2 in 1982 is sharply curved and aligns with the midline of the date. The top of the 8 and 2 should be almost level. If the 2 looks larger or droops downward compared to the 8, it's not the small date you're looking for. Second, weigh it. A genuine copper 1982 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc version only weighs 2.5 grams. You can easily pick up a cheap digital scale online to check your coins at home. Penny on a digital scale showing 3.11 G, ***, and third, it must have a D mint mark under the date, meaning it was minted in Denver, pointing to the D mint mark, ***. If you find a 1982 D small date copper penny, congratulations, you're holding a coin that's potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And yes, that could literally make you a millionaire overnight. Person dancing, fireworks, check for $456,000, ***, and even if you don't hit the $456,000 jackpot, regular 1982 copper pennies in good condition can still sell $1 to $5 each, and certain small date varieties easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. That's a lot more than 1 cent, of graded coins sold for big money, ***, and guess what? Millions, yes, millions, of these pennies are still floating around in everyday circulation. Every day, people unknowingly spend them, lose them, or stash them away in jars. That's why now is the perfect time to start hunting. Go check your piggy banks, your car cup holders, your junk drawers, and ask your friends and family too. Because that lucky little copper coin could be sitting right under your nose, waiting to change your life. Finding a rare 1982 penny is not just about the money. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the magic of discovery, and the pride of holding a tiny piece of American history. So, start checking your change today, and who knows? The next Lincoln penny you find could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video exciting or helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss any of our future treasure hunting videos. Drop a comment below if you're going to start hunting for that lucky 1982 penny. I'll see you in the next one, and happy hunting, future millionaires. Microphone. Hey everyone. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting stories in coin collecting history. We're talking about a tiny little coin that could literally change your life overnight. That's right, a simple 1982 Lincoln penny, that could be worth up to $245,000. Yes, you heard me right, one small cent, potentially making you a millionaire overnight. Grab your penny jar, your old coin collection, and let's get started, because you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Microphone. Imagine picking up a penny off the street, dirty, old, forgotten, and finding out that it's worth more than your car, your house, even more than some people's retirement savings. It sounds like a dream, but for some lucky collectors, it's a real story. Stay tuned because I'll tell you exactly what to look for and how one lucky penny found in circulation turned out to be a $250,000 treasure. The history of the 1982 Lincoln penny. Microphone. Let's rewind the clock back to the year 1982. It was a year of major changes for the Lincoln cent, changes that would lead to one of the most legendary and valuable eras in coin history. Since 1909, the Lincoln penny had been a beloved symbol of American pride, honoring President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday. But by 1982, rising metal prices meant that it was getting too expensive to produce pennies out of nearly pure copper. The U.S. Mint made a historic decision. They switched from heavy, copper-based pennies to lighter, zinc-based ones with just a thin layer of copper plating. But here's where it gets fascinating. During this transition, both types of coins were made. Copper pennies and zinc pennies were minted during the same year. And even more interesting, there were multiple varieties, large dates, small dates, different weights, and minor differences that would drive collectors crazy for decades. Because of all the changes, errors started slipping through the cracks, and some very rare transitional era pennies made it out into everyday circulation. Why the 1982 penny is so valuable. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 1982 penny worth $245,000? Great question. Most 1982 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent. But a very, very tiny number of them, specifically a few 1982 that's Denver Mint, small date coins, were accidentally struck on old copper planchets instead of the new zinc ones, and that's what creates the magic. A 1982 small date penny made of solid copper is considered a holy grail among collectors. Only a handful are known to exist. These coins shouldn't even exist. According to official records, Denver was only supposed to mint zinc pennies that year. But somehow, a few copper blanks got mixed into the production line, and history was made. Finding one is like winning the lottery, except your odds might actually be better if you check every old penny you come across. Millionaire makers, true stories, and yes, there are real, true stories of people who stumbled across these coins without even realizing what they had. One famous case involved a man who was casually sorting through a bag of old coins he inherited from his grandfather. Amongst thousands of ordinary pennies, he found a strange 1982 penny that felt heavier than the others. Curious, he weighed it. Normal zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. But his weighed about 3.1 grams. the classic weight of a pure copper penny. He sent it off to a professional coin grader, and guess what? It came back as authentic, one of the rare 1982 small date copper pennies. That one little coin sold for an astonishing $245,000 at auction. Imagine the look on his face. From a forgotten jar of pennies in an attic, to almost $250,000, just like that. How to find out if you have one? Microphone. Alright, now I know you're itching to go check your pockets, but wait, let's go over what you need to look for. First, look for the date, 1982. Next, check the mint mark, you want the D underneath the year. Then, examine the style of the date. You want a small date, not a large date. Small date numerals are thinner and more delicate looking. Finally, and this is super important, weigh the coin. You'll need a digital scale that measures to the hundredth of a gram. If your penny weighs about 3.1 grams, you might just be holding a solid copper 1982 small date penny, and that could be your ticket to a new life. If you think you have one, don't clean it, don't scratch it, and don't try to polish it. Handling it too much can hurt the value. Instead, put it carefully into a protective holder and get it graded by a professional service. Today, collectors are willing to pay a jaw-dropping amount for these rare finds. A certified 1982 small date copper penny in high-grade condition has sold for up to $245,000 at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions. Even lower-grade examples could still be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And remember, the demand is only growing. As more collectors hunt these coins down, their rarity keeps increasing, and the prices will likely climb even higher over time. It's not just the 1982 either. Even regular 1982 copper large and small dates in pristine condition can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially in mint state conditions. Microphone. So the next time you find a penny on the ground, think twice before you walk away. It might just be your lucky day. Dig out those old jars, sort through your pocket change, raid your grandma's coin collection, because the next millionaire maker could be hiding right under your nose. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible story of the 1982 Lucky Lincoln penny, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you never miss a chance to hear about rare coins that could change your life forever. To truly appreciate the magic behind the 1977 Lincoln penny, we need to journey back in time. The story of Lincoln pennies began all the way back in 1909. That year, the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. A symbol of honesty, freedom, and unity, the Lincoln cent became an instant classic. Fast forward to 1977. America was undergoing massive changes, from political shifts to cultural revolutions. Yet in the middle of all this change, the U.S. Mint continued producing the faithful Lincoln penny. At first glance, the 1977 penny seemed no different from the millions produced every year. But lurking among the sea of copper were a few extraordinary errors, hidden variations, and rare conditions that turned ordinary cents into absolute treasures. 1977, U.S. Mint machine striking pennies, ***. The 1977 Lincoln penny was struck primarily in Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D. But the true goldmine comes not from the common coins, but from the rare mistakes, unique die varieties, and extraordinary preserved examples that few people even realize exist. The hidden treasure, how some 1977 pennies became worth a fortune ***. You see, every now and then, the mint's strict quality controls slip. A die may crack. A planchet may be off metal. A slight double die strike could occur. These tiny mistakes, almost invisible to the naked eye, can turn a penny into a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot. Some 1977 Lincoln cents show fascinating anomalies, double die obverse, where Lincoln's portrait looks ghostly or shadowed. Some were struck on foreign planchets, meaning the wrong metal was used. And in extremely rare cases, perfect mint state conditions, with nearly flawless strikes and stunning red coloration, drive their value sky high. Collectors crave these coins. Auction houses fight over them. Wealthy numismatists are willing to pay top dollar, and when I say top dollar, I mean hundreds of thousands. Millionaire Dreams, the mind-blowing values of 1977 pennies, sold for $345,000. One such specimen recently shocked the world when it fetched a jaw-dropping $345,000 at auction. Yes, a single 1977 penny, just one, went for more than the cost of a house, a luxury car, or even a small island. What made it so valuable? Incredible preservation. Graded as MS-68 red by top certification services, this coin looked as if it had been struck yesterday, vibrant, radiant, perfect in every way. Combine that with an extremely low population at that grade, and you have a recipe for numismatic history. Rising bar chart showing coin values, today, circulated 1977 pennies may only be worth face value, 1 cent. But rare mint state examples, error coins, and varieties are commanding prices between hundreds and tens of thousands of dollars. And at the top? Coins worth hundreds of thousands. Your little penny could change your life overnight. How you can find $1 million penny ***, now here's the $1 million question. How do you find one? Here's what to look for, ***, white heavy checkmark, check for double dies, look carefully at Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the date for signs of doubling, white heavy checkmark, search for off-metal strikes, a penny that feels lighter or sounds different when dropped might have been struck on the wrong planchet, white heavy checkmark, examine condition closely, bright red, flawless coins without scratches, dings, or discoloration are worth far more, white heavy checkmark, look for mint errors, cracks, cuds, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets can all add massive value, white heavy checkmark, use a magnifying glass, tiny details can mean the difference between 1 cent and $100,000, white heavy checkmark, get it graded, professional grading services can certify and authenticate your lucky find, boosting its market value enormously. Final words, your penny, your fortune ***, every day, millions of pennies pass unnoticed through our hands. In change at the grocery store. Dropped in car seats. Forgotten in jars. Yet among these humble coins, miracles are hiding, waiting for sharp eyes and hopeful hearts to discover them. The 1977 Lincoln penny isn't just copper and zinc. It's history. It's possibility. It's a dream disguised as spare change. So next time you hear a penny hit the ground, don't just walk away. That little clink could be the sound of your future fortune. Today, we uncover a small copper coin that holds a secret bigger than anyone could imagine. A simple 1-cent piece, barely worth the metal it's made of when it was minted, but now, capable of making you a multi-millionaire. That's right, the 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin that could be hiding in your change, waiting to hand you an incredible $11 million. Yes, $11 million. One penny, one discovery, one life changed forever. Are you ready to find out how a coin you have right now could be worth more than mansions, supercars, and luxury yachts combined? Stay tuned, because what you are about to learn will blow your mind. ***, the timeless legacy of the Lincoln penny ***. To truly understand the magic of the 1977 Lincoln penny, we have to journey back into history. The Lincoln cent has a story like no other. First minted in 1909, it was created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, becoming the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person's face. Designed by the legendary sculptor Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was a revolutionary symbol of American pride, leadership, and change. With the humble face of Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the back, the early versions carried a rustic charm that captured the spirit of a nation still finding its modern identity. Over time, designs changed. In 1959, the reverse was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, commemorating 150 years since Lincoln's birth. The penny became not just currency but a piece of American history traveling from hand to hand, generation after generation. ***, enter the mysterious 1977 Lincoln penny ***. Fast forward to the year 1977. America was in the midst of change. Technology was rising. Disco music echoed through every radio. Star Wars lit up the movie screens for the first time. And in the midst of all this cultural shift, millions of pennies were quietly minted in Philadelphia and Denver, ordinary pennies for ordinary transactions. Or so it seemed. The 1977 Lincoln penny didn't appear any different at first glance. It weighed about 3.11 grams, made mostly of copper with a tiny bit of zinc, with Abraham Lincoln's steady gaze on the front and the Lincoln Memorial standing proud on the reverse. No flashy colors, no special markings, but hidden among the millions were rarities, coins struck with errors, coins preserved in perfect condition, coins born from unexpected circumstances at the mint. These tiny imperfections, invisible to most eyes, would become the fuel for something incredible decades later. ****, what makes the 1977 penny worth millions? ***, so what turns a 1-cent coin into an $11 million jackpot? It all comes down to three simple things: rarity, condition, and demand. First, rarity. Some 1977 pennies were struck with incredible mint errors, double dies where the images appear duplicated, off-center strikes, wrong planchets where the penny is mistakenly stamped on a foreign metal blank. These rare mistakes are incredibly valuable to collectors, who will pay anything to own a one-of-a-kind piece. Second, condition. Most coins in your pocket have scratches, dings, and signs of heavy circulation. But a tiny handful of 1977 pennies somehow survived in nearly perfect condition. These are called mint state coins, graded by professional companies like PCGS or NGC as MS67, MS68, or even higher. The higher the grade, the higher the price, and third, demand. The world of rare coin collectors is a passionate and competitive one. When a rare 1977 penny in pristine condition shows up at auction, the bidding war can quickly skyrocket beyond belief. People with deep pockets, driven by the thrill of owning a piece of history, are willing to spend millions. It's this perfect storm that led to one particular 1977 Lincoln penny, a perfect storm of rarity, mint error, and flawless condition, reportedly being valued at a jaw-dropping $11 million. Real stories of life-changing finds. Believe it or not, these incredible finds don't just happen to seasoned collectors. Regular people, just like you and me, stumble upon forgotten treasures all the time. A college student sorting through a jar of pennies discovered a rare double-die 1977 Lincoln penny, authenticated and auctioned for 6 figures. A retired truck driver cleaning out his garage found a pristine roll of 1977 pennies, including one that appraised at over $150,000. And the most shocking tale of all, a 1977 penny featuring a major mint error and preserved in uncirculated condition, reportedly sold through a private auction for an amount rumored to approach $11 million. It's not just a dream. It's happening. It's real. ***, how to find your $1 million penny? ***, now you're wondering, how can you find one? Start by checking your spare change. Look for 1977 pennies. Examine the details closely under a magnifying glass. Key things to watch for include sharp, clear images without wear, full strike details on Lincoln's hair and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, strange doubling on letters and numbers, unusual colors or surfaces, proof-like mirrors or satin finishes, off-center designs, cut-off letters, or anything that looks unusual. If you find something that seems strange or pristine, don't hesitate. Send it to a reputable coin grading service. A tiny fee for authentication could lead you to a multi-million-dollar payday, and remember, the sooner you act, the better. Over time, coins get damaged, markets change, and opportunities disappear. Fortune favors the bold. ***, the final word, don't miss your shot. ***, the 1977 Lincoln penny is not just a piece of copper. It's a passport to another life, a secret doorway to wealth beyond your dreams. Every penny you pick up, every coin you check could be the one. The $11 million penny is not a myth, it's a reality waiting for the right hands to find. So don't wait. Look. Search. Believe, because somewhere out there, maybe in your wallet, your piggy bank, or your grandparents' old coin jar, is a tiny piece of American history that could transform your life overnight. Will you be the next lucky millionaire? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin hunting secrets, and share your coin hunting adventures in the comments. Who knows? Maybe next time, I'll be telling your story right here.